So the story takes us to late summer of last year, when a man named Aaron inherited a cabin deep in the Appalachian Mountains from his uncle. Aaron had barely set foot on the property since he was a child. The place always carried a shadow in his family, because when he was 10, his cousin vanished there without a trace. The boy had been playing in the woods behind the cabin, and by the time anyone realized he was gone, the search turned up nothing. Police called it a lost child case, but Aaron's family always believed something darker was responsible. They just never really spoke about it afterwards. Decades later, with his uncle gone, Aaron was left to decide what to do with the old property. His plan was simple: check the place out, maybe list it for sale, and just move on. On a bright, quiet afternoon, he decided to hike the woods surrounding the cabin and see what kind of land he was dealing with. At first, it felt almost peaceful. Birds calling, sunlight cutting through the trees, the crunch of leaves under his boots. But the calmness slowly shifted when he noticed strange markings carved into the tree trunks. Rough spirals, crosses made of jagged cuts, and what looked like a stick figure symbol. They were old, weathered, but very deliberate. As he pushed deeper, he started finding more. Rocks stacked in neat little towers at the edge of paths, bones of small animals arranged in circles, and fabric scraps tangled in the branches. Aaron tried to tell himself it was just hunters or maybe some kind of kids with too much time on their hands. But the deeper he went, the more he felt watched. Then he remembered this was the same patch of woods where his cousin disappeared. The thought made his chest tighten. He almost turned back, but something in him wanted answers. That's when he spotted something half buried near a falling log. At first he thought it was trash, but when he brushed away the dirt, his blood ran cold. It was a Polaroid photograph, and not an old one. The picture was of him and his wife, sitting on their back porch just a few months earlier. His wife smiling at the camera, Aaron looking off to the side mid-laugh. His first thought was impossible. He hadn't taken the photo, and neither had she. He turned it over, hands trembling, and saw something written in black marker on the back. "You both look happy." Aaron's stomach dropped. His house was hundreds of miles away. Whoever or whatever had taken this photo had been there, watching them, close enough to capture this moment without them even noticing. He started backing up, his breath ragged, when he realized the photo wasn't alone. Scattered under the log were more Polaroids face down in the dirt. He picked one up, and his heart nearly stopped. There was another shot of him, this time asleep in his own bed. The woods were silent now, almost too silent. He suddenly felt like he wasn't alone, and whatever took his cousin hadn't just stayed in the mountains, it had followed the family all along. Aaron dropped the photos, stumbling back through the trees as fast as he could, the sense of being hunted growing with every step. By the time he made it to the cabin, he could swear he heard twigs snapping just a few feet behind him, like someone or something was shadowing his every move. When he finally burst out into the clearing, gasping for breath, he swore he'd never set foot on that land again. But even as he left, one thought burned in his mind. His cousin hadn't just gone missing. He'd been taken, and now, whoever or whatever was in those woods had Aaron marked next.